Welcome to this overview. Let's jump straight into seeing what the Indians have to offer in Age of Empires Online. First, let's talk about units. As you progress through the ages, you'll unlock a variety of infantry, archers, cavalry, and much more. Each type has its strengths and weaknesses, allowing you to create a balanced army suited to your game plan. The Indian barracks holds two types of infantry units, the spearman and the Gada warrior. The spearman is available straight away in Age 1. They excel at countering cavalry and can be used to gain map control as it repels them. Their champion upgrade grants them even more damage against cavalry and gives them armor against ranged units. The Gada warrior is available in Age 2. They are strong melee units that are good against other infantry units and shine when they get their champion upgrade, giving them extra range, health, and ignore armor, meaning they can attack from further away while neglecting some of the enemy's armor, dealing extra damage. And then there are the usual 3 barracks techs, improving them further. Next, the archery range. It holds 2 ranged units, the bowman and the ranger. The bowman is available in Age 2. They are great at taking out infantry units from a distance, but are susceptible to cavalry and siege. Their champion upgrade gives them more damage against infantry units, as well as giving them extra movement speed, allowing them to kite more effectively. Then, in Age 3, the ranger becomes available. They are best at taking out ranged units, while not taking much damage in return from their high pierce armor. Their champion upgrade grants them even more damage against ranged units, while becoming almost immune to splash damage, such as attacks from elephants. And they too got their 3 factory techs, improving them further. Then the stables. It also holds 2 units, the Turanga and the blade chariot. The Turanga is available in Age 2. Their main task is taking out ranged units, but when they get their champion upgrade, they become great at taking out other cavalry units as well, as it grants them a lot of bonus damage and armor against them. In Age 3, you unlock the blade chariot. The blade chariots don't have a designated role as they lack any bonus damage, but their base damage and attack speed are very high. Paired with their great mobility, they are excellent at hit and run attacks against pretty much anything. Their champion upgrade gives them a bonus against villagers, some pierce armor, and extra range, making them even better at hit and run tactics. And of course, the 3 factory techs, improving them further. Next up, the Mahout camp. It holds 3 units, the war elephant, elephant archer, and the juggernaut. The war elephant is available in Age 3, and they are great at taking out enemy siege and ranged units. They also have quite a lot of hit points, making them useful as a frontline. Their champion upgrade makes them ignore a whole 50% of the enemy's armor, while also making them move faster. The elephant archer also becomes available in Age 3, and unlike your typical ranged unit, they've got a lot of hit points and deals damage in an area. Their champion upgrade gives them more range, snare, which slows down enemy units when hit, and it increases the size of their damage area. Then in Age 4, the juggernaut becomes available. They are huge armored tanks bringing destruction to both units and buildings. They have a lot of hit points and deal damage in an enormous area. Their champion upgrade grants them even more armor and makes them immune to snare. And then there are 2 factory techs, improving their health and movement speed further. And last but not least, the fortress. The fortress holds 2 siege units, the ram and the palintona. The ram is available in Age 3. They are not able to attack units, but are great at taking out enemy buildings or soaking damage from fortifications with their huge pierce armor. Their champion upgrade gives them more movement speed, snare immunity, and extra hit points. Then in Age 4, you unlock the palintonon. They are by far the best at taking out buildings, with their huge damage and range, while also dealing a good amount of damage to units. Their champion upgrade improves their range and line of sight. And that was the military tech tree. Next, we'll have a look at the economy. In Age of Empires Online, storehouses have unique technologies and benefits to encourage diverse strategies and gameplay. The Indian storehouse focuses more on farming and wood gathering. As such, they've got techs for both of those all the way to Age 4. For gold, there is only 1 tech, as they gain most of it from the shrines and herdables, which I'll get into a bit later. And because they don't have a siege workshop and train their siege units from fortresses, they need more techs to improve their stone gathering, which is why they get a 2nd tech in Age 3. And of course, they got hunting dogs and picker's gloves as well. The Indians also have a unique farm, the plantation, which is larger than a regular farm and can be worked by multiple villagers. The Indians in Age of Empires Online focus less on their navy, so they can focus more on elephants, farming, and religion. However, they still need to hold their own on the water. For that reason, they will have an all-around warship, the Vimana, and a fire ship. The Vimana is great at harassing enemy fishing ships or villagers on the coast. Their champion upgrade simply grants them more damage, similar to the Norse longship. The fire ship is great at taking out enemy ships and docks, and like every other civilization, their champion upgrade gives them protection against bonus damage as well. And since the Indians specialize in farming, they will only have one upgrade for the fishing ships, encouraging players to make use of their unique farm, the plantation. Next, the market. The market is used to trade resources and to train caravans. Let's have a look at the caravan. Each civilization uses animals to pull their carts, which will be the water buffalo for the Indians. Since water buffalo often host bird companions on their backs, it was decided to give them these in the game as well for a nice touch. Then the market technologies. Both the exchange and the tribute techs are available once again, as well as saddlebags. However, they don't have any techs that boost the movement speed of caravans, since they are focused on gathering gold from the shrines and herdables. The town center is the foundational structure of every civilization, enabling players to train villagers and research technologies. The Indian town center has got all of the main techs: loom, wheelbarrow, town watch, and handcart. But they've also got a new one, carrying baskets. Carrying baskets improves the health, carry capacity, and the movement speed of their new and unique unit, the Gatherer Elephant. The Gatherer Elephant is one of the biggest economic boosters for the Indians. They are much faster at gathering resources than villagers, while also carrying more. And they can construct plantations. They do take longer to train and cost twice as much, but they are definitely worth the investment. And that was the economy tech tree. Now let's have a look at the final part, the utility tech tree. Because the Indian armory has the exact same techs as any other civilization, let's just have a look at their model and move on to the next part. The Indians have access to several Choose One techs from their monastery. These technologies allow the Indians to adapt to their opponent in various ways, but only one of each group can be researched and used during the course of a game. In Age 2, you can pick between Indra's Prosperity, which decreases the training time of villages, caravans, and gatherer elephants, or Indra's Gift, which reduces the build time of all buildings. In Age 3, you can pick between 3 techs: Vani's Wisdom, which reduces the cost of every single upgrade, including aging up and armory techs, or even other monastery techs; Vani's Haste, granting every unit in the game more movement speed; or Vani's Grip, which improves guard towers, fortresses, and town centers by giving them more damage and snare. In Age 4, you can pick between 3 techs as well: Ashoka's Wrath, making all your units ignore part of the enemy's armor; Ashoka's Virtue, which gives all your units more protection against bonus damage; or Ashoka's Will, making all your military production buildings cost less and train units much faster. On top of the Choose One techs, there are also 3 regular technologies to research. Elephant Training, which increases the damage and decreases the cost of all elephant units; Silk Weaving, making infantry and ranged units more resistant to splash damage; and Dharma, which greatly increases the healing rate of the Guru, which makes them pretty good at healing up elephants, as well as making them convert a bit faster. And then, of course, the Guru itself. The Indians are unable to kill or gather from herdable animals like other civilizations, but instead gain gold for every herdable animal that they control. These animals can generate even more gold for the Indians when tasked to the shrine. The shrine is a unique building that generates gold, trains units, and researches technologies. It holds 3 units: the Sacred Cow, Club Monkey, and the Fire Monkey. The Sacred Cow is cheap to train and generates more gold than other animals, but has a build limit. The Club Monkey is good at harassing villagers, whereas the Fire Monkey does extra damage to buildings. Both the monkeys do not cost any population, but also come with a build limit. And then the technologies. There is Karma, which increases the build limit of both Sacred Cows and the shrine, while also improving their gold generation. Divine offerings, increasing the hit points, movement speed, and build limit of both monkeys. And bountiful harvest, which increases the hit points of plantations, decreases their cost, and allows for a third villager or gatherer elephant to gather from it. Where all other civs get just their one scout who can never be trained again once he dies, the Indian scout will come back to life. This will give Indians an edge in scouting, while also incorporating a religious aspect into the civ. And finally, the walls and guard towers. Let's have a look at their models too, while I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this overview, as it took me a full week of non-stop editing to make. Like, subscribe, and enjoy the Indian civilization in Age of Empires online.